Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer, Ron Miller, and Jerry Keyser.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report for the final day of March.
And tomorrow's April Fool's Day.
It's crazy. Show number 224. Jerry Keyser still on his hiatus. I think he might be back next week or the week after. I'm not sure.
That'd be cool.
We'll have to see. Tonight on the show, we'll be speaking with Shane Helms, the promoter of Waynesfield Raceway Park. And if you haven't heard, yes, Waynesfield has canceled for this weekend, as has Attica. So Mother Nature again winning the racing festivities for this weekend, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
And April Fools.
No, not really.
Sorry, folks, you ain't racing.
Coming at you live from the Ron Miller Race Cars Hammer Down Racing Report studio. It is the Hammer Down Racing Report presented by Oakshade Raceway, working on our new studio. And if we have any carpenter...
volunteers.
Yes.
Because this is a low-budget deal.
We have pretty much most of what I need, but we need a little countertop kind of made for our mics. So you can't tell with our little creative camera views, but
little L-shaped counter, probably
5
feet by 3 feet, L-shaped.
Like yeah. And maybe with where the corner is, it's flat, so it's not here.
Clipped a little bit.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, right there. See it?
No, yeah, right, Scott.
That's my engineering drawing for it.
Architecturally correct.
Yes, that's it, exactly. Coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Before we get to Shane Helms here, first have to mention Oakshade Raceway, where the fastest meet to race every Saturday night, starting in less than a month now.
Yeah.
April 30th.
Yeah. And just an FYI, Scott, Oakshade is not rained out this week.
Not this week, no.
That's because they aren't scheduled to open for,
I think,
another month.
Glad you clarified that. Yeah. Check out oakshaderaceway.com. The 2022 race schedule is on there. And, of course, we just mentioned the Bill Reckner Memorial is going to be the opener on April 30th, Saturday night. Freeze frame photos, make sure to contact Charlie for all your racing photo needs, from action shots to victory lane. They have all your favorite drivers. They also do special photo shoots, so if your car is looking good right now, and
you're worried about what it's going to look like a month from now,
yes, call Charlie, get some cool photos made. Maybe you could get like 12 of them taken for those custom calendars for next year.
Those calendars are so cool, Scott.
There you go. Charlie's number, in case you want to call him, 419-476-9978, and yeah, you can check out freeze frame photos online on Facebook, if you wish.
Freeze frame photos online.
Yeah. Okay. Search for, that's their username on Facebook. Because they don't have a webpage. So go there.
Yeah.
How about we talk to Shane Helms? We got all kinds of stuff tonight, too. We have some news with Buddy Kofoid. We mentioned, was it last week we mentioned that news, or was it 2 weeks ago?
We did. You know, there's no pressure on him. That number 51 truck, that thing never does anything anyhow.
No, Kyle Busch Motorsports usually fields some pretty underpowered vehicles there. Never get any kind of success.
He's stepping right into the top right in the series.
Yeah, well, he is the defending USAC National Midget Champ.
He is, and Scott, I watched his Power Eye races from last weekend. He won Friday night, and Saturday night was a spectacular race. What an amazing talent he is.
And he's got a little video that we'll show here a little bit later. First, why don't we get Mr. Helms on the horn here? This will be the first time we've talked to Shane Helms of Waynesfield Raceway Park.
Yeah.
So was scheduled to open this weekend before Mother Nature had other plans again. Shane?
Hello.
Hey. It's Scott Hammer, Ron Miller, Hammer Down Racing Report. How's it going?
Hi, gentlemen. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, we're wonderful. Glad you're with us.
Well, how wonderful are you? It sounds like we were already getting canceled this weekend. Pretty much everything is, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a tough time of year. You get moisture in the ground. You just kind of don't know how long it's going to take. And yeah, I just tried to get things to where we thought we could get it accomplished. And then, you got this weather acting like this now, and just ain't no drying, the rest of the weekend. Looks like more rain coming in. So, yeah, you just got to pull the plug sometime, when you get to that situation. Track would have been rough, and I just didn't want to see things tore up. It'd have been tough to get it in.
And it would have been chilly.
And it would have been cold. Yeah.
Ron's an old guy. He doesn't like the cold anymore.
Nope.
Even though he races at Sandusky every New Year's Day.
Everybody does something stupid once in a while.
That's tradition, though, right? That's a little different.
You betcha.
That's right. So how do you get the track ready? When do you start working on it? I mean, have you been working on the track the last few weeks?
We've done a little bit. You try to move a little dirt around and get things situated, graded the way you want it. And then you beat it in a little bit and let Mother Nature have her way. And we do that pretty much after every race, kind of get the dirt back where we like to see it. And then, hope for a little rain, not too much, but a little bit of rain. Then when you get a few days out, Greg, he's been a great help for me. He'll start putting water on it, and it gets to be the day or the morning of, and I might show up and help him out a little bit.
So you got people to take care of that for you then?
Yeah, well, Greg, the owner of the racetrack, he's Greg Job, Cammy. They've been running that place for a while. I think Greg and his dad built the place, and so he's a guy with a lot of energy, and he's just a great individual, hard worker. And so he originally called me a few years ago and just said, "Hey, it's getting to be too much. I'm kind of tired of doing it. And, would you be interested in taking it over?" And I said, "Well, I'll do it if you help me." And so we've been working as a team, I guess, and build a good relationship, good friendship. And, he's a great guy.
Now, is this the third year you've been putting on events down there?
I think it has been. I think so. I mean, we missed, what year was that? 2020?
2020,
Get any racing. Yeah. I think we started the year before that. So I don't know. Might have just got 2 years in.
Okay.
Well, I think I might call you back and tell you I'm wrong, but yeah, just 2 or 3.
So as far as the schedule goes, I know you've been running a limited schedule there. Originally supposed to start this weekend. Next race is now going to be the opener on May 1st. What's the thinking behind running the limited schedule as opposed to trying to do a weekly show?
Well, it's kind of didn't want to step on it. I don't want to hurt racing. In any way. I don't want to hurt it. The promoting deal is, everybody ought to try it. It's tough. So I wanted to be something that I could add to, Ohio racing and not take away from other racetracks. And it's not easy to do. I mean, you got several tracks running Saturdays and, basically Attica and Lima, I guess, running Fridays. And so just picking a date that I'm not hurting anybody else was the original. I wanted to come into this thing and kind of get my feet wet, so to speak, and see what we could do and, figure out where we fit in with the local racing scene, I guess. So that was, I don't know if that explains it well enough, but I just wanted to fit in and not hurt anybody.
Now, is this your first promoting experience doing the events at Waynesfield?
Yeah, I mean, been around racing my whole life. You watch from the outside and you think the things you would have done different or what they should have done, but basically having, my name on it, I guess, and making the decisions and schedules and stuff like that. Yeah, this is the first time.
Okay. Well, and Waynesfield's a good track. I personally have not been there. It's one of the tracks that are still on my bucket list, unfortunately. Like you said, though, I'm usually tied up at a different track on Saturday nights. But a lot of the drivers we speak to, they mention Waynesfield as one of their favorite tracks.
Or maybe the favorite track.
Yeah. I mean, why do you think that is?
Oh, I think Cole Duncan said it best. He said it's like fighter jets in a gymnasium.
That's right. Yeah, we talked to him too. Yeah.
And if you guys haven't been to Waynesfield, you haven't seen the best racetrack in the state of Ohio. It's a fast racetrack. As small as it is, it races fast. And that's the best way to put it. And it's wheel to wheel. You never get out in there and run away. As soon as you get out a few laps in, you're racing the back of traffic, and it's 2, 3, 4 cars wide. And I mean, it is. It would be prejudiced here, but if you told me I had one pit pass for the year, it'd be Waynesfield. I'd be at the racetrack to see the best race I could at Waynesfield. I mean, I think it's the most exciting racing in the state of Ohio, bar none.
And when you started doing the promoting, I know you put a lot of work into the facility. Any changes fans or racers could expect to see this year?
Yeah, we got a project that my company is doing in Indian Lake, Orchard Island section down there, and we've got some work on this year on 309. So I'm actually wanting to put another course of dirt down, get some fresh clay on the racetrack, and I'm wanting to put a hill place where I can add some more bleachers and get it up a little bit elevated more than what it is in turns 3 and going down the backstretch. So, we put quite a bit of money in it, adding bleachers and extending the bleachers, adding new bleachers, and there's some things we want to do with concession and the restrooms, and just keep building it up, I guess. So, but you'll expect sometime this year I'll get some clay down on it, and that back stretch I got a little bit of ideas that I'd like to do.
Speaking of the concessions, what's your favorite food to eat there?
You know what? I don't usually have time to eat. But I think everything's good. Tammy Show, which is Greg's wife, and her sister have always run the concession stand. So, obviously they've got the nachos, the sloppy joes, and they grill hamburgers outside the concession stand. And I have some of those. I've had a few of those, and they're awful good too.
Very good. Let's talk about some of the events you have scheduled for this year. You got the All-Stars coming on May 1st, and I think some of the classes that we're supposed to race this weekend are going to be added to that. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'd like to get the modifieds. I mean, I've been getting hammered. But I don't have Facebook. I don't have the Twitter or whatever that thing's called. I got people that do that stuff for me. I can't. It's not in my DNA to get on there, and I know it's good for racing. I know it's good, but
it can be bad too, depending on what's being posted.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah. So, the modified folks have been hollering to get it back in there. They were, Waynesfield was like a tradition for them. I'm a sprint car guy, and I wanted to see the sprint cars get to Waynesfield, and we've had some really good crowds. We've had some really good racing. So we were going to add them this weekend, and we've been working with the D2 midgets, and they're an exciting group of guys too. So we're going to probably try to bring both of those back for the All-Star race on May 1. And that'll be a Sunday. So I think we should be able to get both of them back and see how they do. I'll give the modifieds a chance to back up all that stuff I've been reading on the internet.
Shane, no secret that you're a big open wheel guy, but Matt Shipley's wondering about how about getting the late models down there, and I'm wondering how about a special show, maybe part of the Attica Oak Shade Challenge, and throw in a Waynesfield show, or maybe reach for the sky and do a summer nationals race. It's been quite a few years since the late models have been there, but like the sprint car guys, I enjoy racing there.
Right. I think that in time I would like to run once we, I don't know if it'll be the end of this year or what. I have been talking to some different late model folks, and if I do the late models, it'll just be a show for them. But I'm not, you probably see it happen. I don't know how soon, but I'm not against any racing.
Late models and mods would make a pretty spectacular show.
And sprints.
Well, I'm not against giving you guys the opportunity to back that up. That's for sure.
So, what's continuing on with what you have on the schedule so far this year? You have the next race after the first is going to be May 29th with the Boss non-wing sprints, 410 wing sprints, 360 sprints. Is that going to be the NRA Sprint Invaders?
Yes, it will. Yep.
Okay. And the USAC Thunder Midgets. Then you got the Ohio Sprint Speed Week with the All-Stars on June 16th, the Rick Ferkel Classic. And then your schedule ends on July 3rd with the Jack Hewitt Classic featuring the Boss Non-Wings and the Fast 410 sprints. Is there going to be more events added after that? Or is this...
We will see at that point in time, okay. But that's probably where we might bring in some of those taxi cabs and run.
I think he's talking about your car, Ron.
That works. Shane,
it's great.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I said it's great racing. I'm just pulling your leg.
Yes, sir. We've talked to a few promoters, and everybody is a bit concerned about tire and parts shortages. What's been your research on that?
Yeah, I've talked to some racers too. I guess, everybody's hoping for the best, but I mean, I can see it could possibly be some tire issues maybe in the middle of the year. That's kind of the feedback I'm getting. There's a lot of stuff going on. Supply is, in my business, getting pipe, getting anything that we need, can be a challenge. So, I am concerned, obviously what things may look like, in the middle of the year, but what do? You one day at a time, and you try to plan, for the next weekend, and we'll just have to see. I mean, gas prices, if they don't turn around and go the other direction, you might see folks having a hard time getting to the races, and I hope that's not the case. But it makes it tough on the working man to be paying that kind of money for fuel and pit pass and everything else that goes with life. So yeah, I think we're all kind of wondering what it's going to look like in a few months. But
and I know we've all got our fingers crossed and hoping for the best, but
yeah,
I'm worried.
Yeah.
Now,
well, an impeachment would probably help a lot. Opening up the pipelines again and start producing our own oil. I mean, which makes all the sense in the world. Anybody who believes in climate change has got their head so far up. So I'll just stop there. You guys didn't pay for that.
Are you friends with Chris Mize?
I don't know him. No, I
don't. I totally lost my train. Going back to
sorry about that.
That's all right. We're
talking racing, wasn't we?
Going back to talking about the rising costs of racing. Are you doing anything with the purses, payouts for these races?
Yeah, we're kind of. I haven't advertised what. Obviously, the All Stars are $6,000 a win. We're paying the mods. I think the regular $700, and we may do a little bit more for them during the All Star shows. The Hewitt deal, I'm working on some stuff, and I'm not. It's hard for me to go ask for money. That's something I got to work on a little bit, but I'd sure like to make that Hewitt deal a lot bigger person than what it's been. I think we've been around 4 or 5, but that's the show I'd like to be able to add a lot more money to, and we are working on that. Jack's just a phenomenal guy. I just appreciate that he lets me promote his race there at Waynesfield. And it's been there for a while, but there ain't nobody like Jack Hewitt. It's even today he's just an amazing individual. Of course, Bob Hampshire and him had such a it was a phenomenal career racing together. Those guys for a while. I mean, they were hard to beat in whatever they did. And of course, Rick Ferkel, to be able to just thank him, why we, he's done as much for the state of Ohio and sprint car racing as anybody else that I can think of. So those guys are legends to me, and it's neat to promote them. But the Hewitt deal would be, I'd like to find a main sponsor for that and really put some money up there.
We had Jack on about a month ago, maybe
Right.
2 months ago, and yeah, that was
Interesting
fun.
show.
That was fun talking to him. But do you know Dwayne Hancock with the AFCS series?
Yes. Yeah.
He doesn't have a problem asking for money, and he's good at it. He's good at putting stuff together.
I need to get with him then.
There you go.
For sure.
Maybe he can do something for
Tell him to get a hold of me. I got a job for him.
There you go. We had some people in the comments here spouting off some other classes that they'd like to see at Waynesfield, including stock car. Yeah, I'm sure you probably heard them all. Stock cars, the dirt track truck series. So, I mean, at least you don't have a problem with interest in getting racers that want to come to Waynesfield.
No, absolutely. Yeah. And I respect everybody's opinion. And you just, one day at a time, or one race at a time, I should say. Coming into a new environment. Greg was ready to close the doors. I mean, I think he's at that point where he's done everything he's wanted to do. His family's moving to Florida, and I don't think he wants to be tied down to it as much as he has been in the past. So, I just kind of came in to work with him. I needed to learn from him, obviously, a little bit what he's done over the years. And, I can see if I get the right people in place and people I can trust and, promote the track for me and be down there willing to work it. I mean, I can see me letting go of some things if I can find the right people and running more than we are, for sure. I mean, that's the goal. That really is. So everybody knows. I mean, we want to run more. Finding that day or that niche that we can run and not hurt Attica or not hurt Lima or anybody else for that matter. Especially we've been working with Fremont quite a bit, and the great people there, and that's a great racetrack. It's got so much tradition in the state of Ohio. So, finding our niche, finding, what works, what classes can maybe do more of a weekly deal. And I mean, we'll get to that point.
That was actually one of my questions. If there was ever plans, maybe at some point in the future, to do a weekly kind of deal. As of right now, there's a track that's slightly to the north of you that is leaving Sundays wide open. So I'm just saying for a weekly deal. I mean, I don't know.
I hear you. That's where I grew up on Sundays in Millstream. I mean, that it's got a strong appeal to it. You just, you also got to look at, I'm don't know how to sometimes pen my words that they don't harm anybody, but we got a lot going on in Ohio, and it seems like you put on a race this time of year, and if it's 30 degrees and it's in Pennsylvania, you're going to have a packed crowd. You do that in Ohio, I don't know that you do so much. Right. It's just the truth. So, a Friday night and a Saturday night, are people going to have enough money to go on Sunday? And that's just a lot of pulling the teams. A lot of guys, they tell me it's, they make comments to me. They're like, if you ran every night this night, we'd be here, not there. I mean, I hear that all the time, but, time will tell where we need to set. And we're going to do some Sundays this year, so I'm going to find out how well they work. We're backed up on some holiday weekends where we're running Sundays. So that's going to help us. But, it's a thought. It's we're going to analyze that and try to see what works for us guys.
Now, is that the Sunday deal? Is that going to have like an earlier start time?
Yeah, I think that we most likely will start a little early, at least try to be racing by 6, and, maybe a little sooner, but it's kind of hard when you do that too in the middle of the summer when you're, it's a lot hotter, and hard to keep moisture in the racetrack. You start too early and, it's always, Waynesfield's good. We got to keep it from going the wrong direction while the sun's out. But man, when the sun goes down, the lights come on, that thing goes back to life. And, it's pretty cool. So, running early though, you don't get that effect. You get a lot of dust, you get a lot of rubber, and it's a lot tougher to maintain, especially when you got a lot of sprint cars there.
Yeah.
Well, and the fans, if the track dusts up, then they're whining about that. So, it's a no-win situation.
Speaking of that, is promoting? Is it all that it's cracked up to be? Is it what you thought it would be?
It's got to be the worst job in the world. I just love racing so much that, just everything that it takes to get, I love getting, now I've been working with Greg, and I know Greg's going to start letting me have the racetrack a little bit more. I like prepping the track. I really do. I'm a dirt guy, and then, everything up to that's kind of, not my thing, but when the racing starts, man, I'm really glad that I'm a part of it. And, I'm glad I don't have to feed my family with, the proceeds, I guess. But, like I said, the last few years that we raced there, we've been able to stay on the right side of things. Finding some more sponsorship would make it a lot easier, obviously. But promoting's a tough job, and anybody that thinks they can do it and have never done it, they don't know what they're talking about, honestly. And none of the racing fans, the racing world, there's always something to work on to get better. You know what I mean? It's just the way the racing people are, but the racing folks as a whole, I mean, they're some of the best people in the world. They're just down to earth. They love their sport, and I can't say enough good things about it. But there's very rarely that you knock it out and you don't ever have anybody saying you should have done this or you could have done that. So it's a thankless job, and I knew it was going to be like this. But more than that, I just love the sport. I want to be a part of it, and I think this is my way of giving back a little bit, I guess.
Shane, I've been in racing a long, long time, and a lot of times I thought I could be a good promoter, but on the other side of it, I'm smart enough never to have tried it.
What are you saying about me?
Yeah. Shane, on race nights, once the racing starts, what is your role with things? Do you get a chance to kind of sit back and let your crew run the show, or are you officiating? What exactly is your role on race night?
Well, I've been told to sit back and just enjoy. We got it, and I told that gentleman that worked for me down there when he said that to me. He says, "When I tell you that you got it, then you got it. But until I tell you got it, I can't sit back and enjoy it. I'm just not that kind of guy." So, I'm working on the track, figuring out what the track needs, making sure, people need to be called up to the line. I'm just I find myself, going to where the fire is and helping out there. When the racing starts and they're on the racetrack, I like to go in the infield, and that's when the features are running. That's kind of when I say, okay, we've done what we can, and here we are. So, but a little bit of everything, breaking up fights. I get myself involved in that sometimes.
People fight at Waynesfield? What?
You know what? It's funny because I was talking to my guys today about Waynesfield, some of the guys that work for me in racing. I said, there's something about Waynesfield. I don't know if it's a full moon there every race night, but I think everybody gets jacked up because they're excited to race it. And they're on I say sometimes you get a 10-second driver racing on a 10-second racetrack, and it can happen too fast for them, if you understand what I mean. And that's Waynesfield. I mean, you don't have a whole lot of time to react or think about reacting. You just got to hope you make the right choice. It's so fast and so quick. So, yeah, people get excited, and we've had our share of altercations.
Now, do you give the Earl Baltus advice where it's I forget how much it was, if you're going to fight, do it on the front stretch, and he'll give you an extra amount, but if you do it in the pits, you're out, and there's a fine?
Yeah, I went up to a race trailer last year, and the guy says, "I know you're going to suspend me," and I said, "Actually, I want to thank you, because that was pretty cool, right on the front stretch." And yeah, you don't want to see nobody get hurt, obviously, and you got to kind of have some rules. But you know what? I'm kind of old school too. If something breaks out like that, you let them get tired and you go in and break them up. It's like hockey. When somebody goes down, you can stop the fight.
And that's kind of what they did at the Chili Bowl Nationals this year. The rule they had was kind of like hockey rules. If a fight breaks out, drivers, you can do it from here to here, just the drivers, no one else. And then when somebody goes down, they'll come in and break up the fight.
Yep.
I think that works as a hockey fan too. So I'm all for that. Shane, what's this? You have another job. This isn't the only thing you do. Run Waynesfield for 5 shows, 6 shows a year. I mean, there's got to be a lot of work, extra work on top of what you would normally be doing to earn a living. What is your long-term plans with Waynesfield? Do you intend to continue promoting for the foreseeable future here?
Yeah, I mean, there's things that we need to work out. I need to. I am pretty busy. I guess the company's been doing phenomenal. We've grown. We hit up to Toledo, Oak Harbor. We're down in Delaware and Delphus last year. So we encompass Finley about an hour and a half, and got great guys working for me. And I started this 20 some years ago, and I'm training that next generation, my boy, and a couple of key people have been here to start taking more of a management role here. I'm only 54 though, and with Waynesfield, it's almost, I got the same concept. I mean, if I can find the right people that, can run things for me down there, and I can make that place where it can carry its own, and I don't have to throw a lot of time and money into it, then, easier said than done. I'm figuring out how to do that. But if I can do that, and I can see myself, continually to add to the benefits for the race fans at Waynesfield. And, I'd like to see some more big races down there, more divisions and more classes. And obviously to do that, we're going to have to run more weekends. And so it's just, I've always built things brick by brick, I guess. I've not been in any hurry. I'd like to do things right. And if I can do that here in a few years, and you'll continually see improvements there, and more racing. But it's like I said, it's putting all the pieces together, and that's kind of what I'm doing right now. And obviously Greg has an important part. I mean, I know he's wanting to slow down a little bit and be less involved in how that transaction looks, whether I end up purchasing that place or, time will tell.
Purchasing that place.
I take it that you've had that discussion with Greg?
If
ish,
I would get the first opportunity. I'm sure of that. And if he was at that point, he would want me to have it. So that's, I'm safe to say that. So yeah, I mean, it's been conversations. Obviously Greg lives right across you head out turn 2, you'd run into his house. He's got a lot of time. That's been his, he built that with his dad, like I said, and his dad's no longer here, and he's got a lot of, it's sentimental to Greg still. And, but he knows that there's things that he needs to move on and do also.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate the time, Shane. I know that your focus now turns to that Sunday show, May 1st, with the All-Stars, and most likely the D2 midgets and the modifieds joining that. What do you do to get ready for that now?
Well, we got things setting pretty good. We just need. I'm sure by May the weather's going to look a lot different than it does today. Hopefully, and so it's just a matter of yeah, just a matter of we get much rain. We might have to drag some of the dirt up out of the bottom of the track and reshape it again. But we'll check. We always check the sound and the wiring. Just kind of do walkthroughs, clean up, and get ready to go. I mean, in a couple of days, we could be ready to race.
Awesome. Well, definitely keep us in mind. Let us know when you decide to bring the late models there or street stocks, and I'm sure Ron and I will definitely be there for that.
Absolutely.
I remember that.
All right,
gentlemen. We'll work on that. It's definitely not out of the question.
All right, and if people want to keep up to date on Waynesfield Raceway Park, website is still WaynesfieldMotorsportsPark.com. Looks like that still works here.
Yeah, that would be my guess.
Or search Waynesfield Raceway Park on Facebook or Twitter. I know you have people that handle that for you, but at least that way people can keep up to date on what's going on there. And Shane, we appreciate the time again.
You guys have a great night. Thank you for the time.
Yep.
Thank you, Shane.
We'll see you.
Yep. Take care.
Bye. There you go. Shane Helms, promoter at Waynesfield Raceway Park. First time we actually got to speak with him.
It is.
Oh, very cool. We'll have to get down there. I think you sold the late models on him pretty well. I like how you used Matt Shipley, though.
Well, I don't know if you saw in the comments, Matt had asked a question.
I did see that. So good job.
Yeah.
I know you had no personal vested interest in that at all.
You like the way I transitioned into that, right?
It was very nice. Coming up, we got a little bit of racing news, and we got that Buddy Kofoid, Kyle Busch Motorsports video coming up here shortly. First, your racing roundup. Action from last weekend, of course, Attica Raceway Park. Was rained out last weekend, and spoiler alert, they're rained out this weekend too. Colded out, whatever you want to call it. Weathered out. I don't know, just crappy.
They'll be back trying again next weekend.
Next week
though.
with the All-Stars.
Boy.
Friday, Saturday show next weekend.
Yeah. What a big deal that is, huh?
Yeah.
Opening night with a
huge show.
Yeah.
2-day show. I think that might have been the last time I've been to Attica was for one of those All-Star opening deals.
What could possibly go wrong on opening night?
Nothing.
Yeah.
What could go wrong on any night at a racetrack? The Bristol Dirt Nationals. Chris Madden won the $50,000 for the late models on Friday night. Do you have any desire to race on the dirt at Bristol, or is that too hard on a motor for you?
I don't have enough motor for that.
Oh, okay. But if you did, would you enjoy?
I'd have no qualms about going there in someone else's car. Hint, hint.
Saturday night, Bristol Dirt National late models was won by Chris Ferguson. So $100,000 between both nights, $50,000 each night. That's some big money, and I think I read some rumblings about that may have taken away some of the competitors from the World of Outlaws at Cherokee.
Did they get that show in?
As a matter of fact, they did.
Oh, all right.
World of Outlaw Case Late Model Series. We're racing Cherokee Speedway in South Carolina. Friday night, Mike Brown was the winner. And Saturday, Max Blair picked up the victory.
Not to be confused with Brandon Brown, right?
Correct. That would be an Xfinity Series driver.
That's it.
Okay.
Let's go, Brandon.
Coming up next for the World of Outlaw late models was supposed to be this weekend at Farmer City. But that has been canceled due to the weather. I know, shocker
Surprise.
there. Now the next event for the World of Outlaws will be at Atomic Speedway on the weekend of April 22nd and 23rd.
Back in the Buckeye State.
Yeah. so far, we haven't had much luck with I guess some of the tracks down south did. But World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars were in action in California and started making their way back east. Bakersfield Speedway on Friday, Giovanni Selzi picked up the win there. Then they went to Paris Auto Speedway. On Saturday, David Gravel picked up the win there. And then off to New Mexico, Vado Speedway Park on Tuesday night, Brad Sweets led all 30 laps to win that event. This weekend, the World of All-Stars will be at Lawton Speedway in Oklahoma on Friday night. That's tomorrow night. And Saturday night in Texas at Devil's Bowl Speedway. NASCAR action. They were at COTA, Circuit of the Americas. Ross Chastain picked up his first career win. I happened to catch the end of that.
I watched most of that race. It was entertaining.
I was rooting for the Dinger. I like the Dinger just because I like saying his name.
Absolutely. He had to be a fan favorite.
Yeah, well, he got punted out of the way in the last lap there. They were racing hard. I mean, it's pretty much gloves are off on that final lap. Anything goes. So I guess everything's fair game. He was not so happy about it, but he did win on Saturday the Xfinity race.
Yeah, pretty sure Bowman wasn't real pleased.
No, he was kind of an innocent bystander of that.
Well, he wasn't innocent. He made
that's true. They were
a pretty hard charge.
Well, they were 3 wide at one point at a road course on the final lap for the lead. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of road courses can't handle 3 wide. Yeah. So
that was the Echo Park Automotive Grand Prix. As I mentioned, Ross Chastain picked up his first Cup win. Next up for the Cup Series is the Toyota Owners 400 at Richmond. On Sunday at 3:30, that'll be on Fox. Mentioned the AJ Allmendinger picked up the Pit Boss 250 win in Xfinity action on Saturday at Circuit of the Americas. Xfinity action will be at Richmond this weekend as well. Saturday at 1:30 p.m. on FS1 for the Toyota Care 250. And Friday night, Zane Smith picked up the win in the XPEL 225 at Circuit of the Americas. They are off this weekend, the Truck Series, that is. They will be back in action on a Thursday night, as a matter of fact, for the Blue Emu Maximum Pain Relief 200 at Martinsville Speedway. Thursday, April 7th at 8 o'clock on Fox Sports 1.
I use Blue Emu.
Do you?
Yeah.
Remember you mentioned dude wipes?
Yes.
A few weeks ago?
Yes.
They changed our bathrooms around at work.
Yeah.
And because they wanted to make more women's bathrooms. There was like 3 women's bathrooms, and they changed the executive bathroom to the men's bathroom. That's our only one. And there was dude wipes in the bathroom.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, Ron should come use this bathroom.
Ooh.
They have dude wipes.
How are they, Scott?
I don't know. They look kind of dried out, so
you haven't
they look
tried
like they've
them?
been there for a while.
You haven't tried them?
No.
Oh, no.
Check out Dominator Race Products. How's that for a transition?
Yeah.
Yeah, DominatorRaceProducts.com for hood scoops, nose and tail, and other body panels, wheel covers, all kinds of parts for dirt, late models, modified sprint cars, street stocks, and more. DominatorRaceProducts.com or call 419-923-6970. Also, Dominator Race Products available from reputable dealers across the USA, including Ron Miller Race Cars.
Does that mean that we are a reputable dealer?
And I might have to change that. You're right. Yeah. Good call on that. Big D's Pizza, subs, ribs, chicken, and more in Clyde. Give them a call right now, 419-547-1444. You can also order online at orderbigdspizza.com. I suppose I should update this because I have Serving Jigs Dinner still on there. That was from St. Patrick's Day.
Could be some leftovers.
I guess John Young went there this past weekend.
Yes, he did, and he brought back a couple of pizzas.
Oh, did he? For you?
Oh, yes.
I saw he tried the new steak nuggets, and
yeah?
He said they were awesome.
Oh.
Breaded pieces of deep fried steak with dipping sauce.
As a matter of fact, after the show, I'm having leftover Big D's Pizza.
Why didn't you bring some over?
Because that would have taken away what I could eat.
All right, understood. Can't fault you for that. Give Ron Miller Race Cars a call at 734-856-7223 for race cars, parts, safety, equipment, service. Everything a racer needs. Just saw one of the super stocks that came out of there with a new body.
Yeah.
Looking pretty sharp.
We were pleased with that.
Did you do the body on that, or did Don do the body?
I did part of it. Don did part of it.
Okay.
Scott Warner owns the car, and he and his boys are going to kind of rotate through it, and they're all a little on the tall side, and that car had a relatively short roll cage, and we had to increase the height of the roll cage and then mount the body around it, and I thought it came out really well, Scott.
I didn't even notice it was raised.
Yeah.
I did not know that. So
It
there
was.
You go. Ryan Miller Race Cars. He raises cages.
Had to keep their little domes under the roll cage.
Got to protect the domes. And speaking of which, you also sell helmets
Yes, we do.
and other safety equipment.
And the Warner family bought a nice carbon fiber helmet. So, yes.
Just one?
Yeah, they plan
Do
on
they all?
trading it around.
Ew. I don't know about that, Scott. I don't know about that decision.
The brothers.
The brother.
Scott has his own
Oh,
helmet.
Scott has his own. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then that's
Yeah,
fine.
But,
as long
but the two boys will be trading back and forth.
Okay. All right. Racing news. We have this Buddy Kofoid announcement that we made a week or two ago. There was rumors swirling around that he would be making his NASCAR Truck Series debut.
Apparently, it's pretty official.
Actually, as of about an hour before we came on, it was official. Making his NASCAR Truck Series debut at Bristol. 2 weeks, 15th.
Yes.
Yeah, Easter weekend on the dirt, and he put out a little video here that we're going to check out here.
Buddy Kofoid has been on our show
Several times,
two or
yeah.
three times, and really feels good to see him hopping into that truck ride.
Yeah, I think he's a little excited too.
It seems like it.
Here, let's check that out. Let's pop this here, and here's Buddy Kofoid arriving at Kyle Busch Motorsports.
Excuse me? I'm here to see Kyle Busch. I'm Buddy. Buddy the dirt driver.
Who sent you?
Mobile One sent me. Wow, this looks like Santa's workshop, except it's filled with Toyota Tundras and race win banners. Buddy the dirt driver, what's your favorite racetrack? Sorry I can't ride his dress way up. This is where Kyle Busch works. Kyle, it's me, Buddy. You're not the real Kyle. Have you seen these toilets? They're ginormous.
Not too fast, buddy.
Wow. Rowdy's Tundra.
You gonna make it fly, buddy?
So there you go, the official announcement. Buddy Kofoid running the number 51 Kyle Busch Motorsports.
That is so cool.
truck,
It really is, Scott.
He definitely deserves it. Defending, was he 2021 USAC National Midget Champion?
Right.
He wins and everything. And you said you saw him this weekend.
They
some butt.
I watched his two races this weekend. Just spectacular driver. Hits his marks every time.
Predictions for him in that truck making his debut?
It's a totally different venue. I don't know if he's ever driven anything.
But the other drivers
stock
that's
car-ish.
not what they normally are driving on either.
Yeah, well,
on the dirt.
I've seen Scott Bloomquist hop in a truck and totally embarrass himself. So, nothing.
Bobby Pierce jumped in the truck and finished second, a couple times?
Right.
At Eldora?
Nothing but the best for Buddy, and I'm sure this is going to open some doors. His credentials as a driver are amazing, and it would be great to see him go to the next level.
Well, he'll have a lot more eyes on him than he already has. So we wish him the best of luck with that.
And what a nice kid he really is, Scott.
Absolutely. Did you hear about this, about the Summer Nationals?
What?
Teams making the summer-long commitment to compete in every Dirt Car Summer National late model race this year will be eligible for a new tow money program. For every 500 miles a team travels, they earn a $500 bonus.
$1 a mile.
There you go, pretty much. So the
a toter and a stacker trailer uses more than that, but that's okay. It's in today's fuel economy. Ooh, yeah.
It helps. Every little bit
that could
helps.
be huge.
The total traveling distance for the tour is 5,500 miles, which means teams could collect $5,500 in tow money.
Yeah.
So, and if they win, that's on top of that. So,
yeah, I was going to ask, is that on top of that? Or?
That is, yes, that is on top of that. The Progressive Points Fund scale introduced last season will again be in effect this year, offering a potential of $39,000 for the championship. That will go to the winner of the prestigious late model tour. For every event completed after the 25th, an extra $2,000, up from $1,000 in 2021, will be added to the champion's check, which summates to $39,000 if all 32 events on the schedule are completed.
Oh,
it's a lot of races.
It's a lot of racing,
and it says completed. So I mean, if you complete all 32, that's amazing. If feat in itself.
Yeah, and that's assuming there's no weather-related incidents.
Well, that may cut the
That would
cut
that'd cut it.
But it'd also cut your travel too, assuming you didn't travel there and then it was rained out.
Well, and that's
worst case scenario. Yeah. Bubba Wallace lost the wheel during the race at Circuit of the Americas last weekend, and as a result, 3 team members, including his crew chief, have been suspended for 4 races. It seems to be a common thing where
wasn't there a financial fine? They announced early in the year, Scott, that if you lose a wheel, your crew chief is going home for an undetermined at that point amount of time.
It's not the crew chief's fault. It's the guy putting the wheel on.
Well, and the commentator...
And then if you get rid of that guy and get a backup, he may not do it as well, and they're going to have the same... It's just like a vicious cycle.
How many tires did you see come off when they had 5 lug nuts?
Not as many as...
Hardly ever.
Yeah. I think maybe that's something they need to look at for next season.
It really is. And I guess there's an issue of the locator pins have to be exactly locked into the wheel for them to tighten properly. And I think they determined that in that case, the wheel was tightened, but the locator pins weren't engaged. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And what's going to happen at Bristol when they start parking cars for the tailpieces coming off? And they've already announced that if the tailpiece comes off of your car...
Are you talking about the rear of it or the new fins on the bottom?
No. The rear bumper cover.
Is that something that's going to happen? I haven't heard anything about this. This is news to me.
Yeah, no, if the rear bumper cover comes off, you're done.
Really?
Take it to the trailer.
They can't put it back on?
No.
Why? Because then it'd be like a late model?
Yeah, because then it's a huge aero advantage, and it keeps the guys from making...
Why not just pull them off before the race and then have everybody not have one?
What's going to happen at Bristol, Scott? I'm just saying.
I guess we'll find out on Easter weekend, and which is another weird thing. They're racing on Easter weekend.
Yeah.
Typically, they take that weekend off. So.
And Martinsville may be interesting, too.
Why is that? Same deal?
Same deal.
Okay. Formula One revealed plans to return to Las Vegas during the 2023 race season next year.
Really?
Yeah. Officials from Formula One and the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority announced on Wednesday night that the Las Vegas Grand Prix will run on a Saturday night in November around the iconic Las Vegas Strip. It will be the 3rd Formula race in the United States, joining the long-standing United States Grand Prix run annually at the Circuit of the Americas, where NASCAR just ran, and the Miami Grand Prix that will debut in May of this year.
So the Vegas race will be a for-real street race.
Yeah.
That could be
on the Strip.
Yeah, that could be
They
interesting.
should do it at night. That would make it cooler.
Ooh, with all the neon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There might be some dark parts of the track, but I guess they've raced there before from 81 to 84, the Caesars Palace Grand Prix.
All right.
So in the early 80s, they ran there. This is something, actually, we'll skip that. We'll put that to the end here. Jessica Friesen, speaking of Bristol, wife of NASCAR driver Stuart Friesen, made her debut in the NASCAR Truck Series last year at the Bristol Dirt Race. Finished 26th. She's going to return to the Bristol, or to the Dirt this year for 2 races. Bristol on, is it the 15th or 16th?
Yes, sir.
That weekend, whatever that Saturday is. 15th is
Good Friday.
Friday. 16th. So I think it's the 16th. Unless the truck race is on Friday.
I'm not sure.
Crap. Dave Kemmer, get on that. What's the schedule for NASCAR on Easter weekend?
And then Knoxville?
Nonetheless, yeah. And she's going to run the Knoxville race on June 18th. So she's going to be making 2 races. Buddy's going to be in that same race with Jessica.
At Bristol.
At Bristol, yeah.
And what about Stewart?
I don't know. He raced last year.
Right.
I'm assuming he probably will again.
Wonder about Scott Bloomquist. Oh, no, he totally embarrassed himself. They probably
What
won't
about Mike Marlar? He's run the trucks before, hasn't he?
I don't know.
I think he has. How about Ron Miller?
You know,
You could race Buddy Kofoid.
there could be some real promotional advantages in having a septuagenarian in that race.
I don't know that word.
Well, somebody tell Scott what a septuagenarian is.
It sounds like something that should be in the sewer or something.
Ah.
Or a bad disease. I came down with a bad case of septuagenaria.
Back to reading your notes, Scott.
The final thing here I want to talk about is this Melrose Mindoro School Board became the first in the state of Wisconsin to offer auto racing as a letterable sport for students.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Competing students must be in good academic standing, show good sportsmanship, and race in a minimum of 4 High School Racing Association events, HSRA, at an HSRA-sanctioned racetrack to earn a letter from the district. Well, I know that this kind of was an issue, not necessarily the lettering, but when the Hornet class started at Oakshade for the younger drivers,
right.
18 to...
Yeah, there were 2 four-wheel drive classes for a while.
Yeah, and part of it was because they did. I don't recall the details, but I think that they ran for trophies because
trophies because the kids couldn't race for money
and still compete in other
any
school
other
sports.
High school sports. Exactly.
Yeah. So I guess, and this didn't say. I wonder if they still win money in that in Wisconsin.
I don't know.
What do you think? Do you think they should though? I mean. They're letting college football players get paid money now.
Yeah. And they
could it trickle down to high school?
They haven't announced what kind of money that's going to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, okay. So that's kind of cool. I think that'd be cool to see in more places than just that one district in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That'd be sweet. Have a jacket with a letter on it. Yeah, I got this for kicking some ass, running 4-cylinder or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't say what class. It just says as long as it's sanctioned by the High School Racing Association. So, cool stuff there. That's all I got for news.
I think Dave chimed in.
Did he? All right. Trucks are Saturday night. Cup is on Sunday night. Okay. So, and I believe 15th is a Friday. So it would be the 16th.
Okay.
Is Saturday. 17th would be the Cup race then. Thanks, Dave. That's why we pay him the big bucks.
Somebody's got to make it.
Yeah, speaking of Big D's Pizza, if you want to win one of these, we're going to play How Many. Last week's How Many was... got to mention that you have 30 days to claim your pizza. If you are a winner, you have 30 days from tonight. So you have to claim it by April 30th. So last week's How Many was how many goals would the Walleye score hockey team on Friday night? That number was...
Nailed it.
3. No, you said 5.
Oh, I thought it was Saturday's.
Nope, it was Friday's game.
Oh, crap.
I think you said 5. Is that what they scored on Saturday?
Saturday, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you said 5. I said 4. So I was closest. And we had a tie. I think we had 4 people guess correctly for that. So we're going to have to spin the Big D's Pizza wheel. So we'll pull that up. We got the names already on there. Well, we did. There they are. Okay. Add that to there. Boom. There's your names. There's our 4 contestants for last week's How Many. They all guessed 3. Now, if I can find the window, we will spin the wheel and find out who the winner is.
Ron Hurlbert.
Ron Hulbert.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Ron. You have a large Big D's pizza. You have 30 days to claim your prize. Head on over to Big D's in Clyde to claim your prize. Give them a call ahead of time. Let them know you're coming.
I can tell you for sure the pizza is awesome.
Yeah, Ron's going to be going and getting some here shortly. This week's How Many was going to... Oh, crap. That's what I wanted to talk to you about before we came on, because I had the same one that I've had the past 3 weeks. How many 305s at Attica?
Think fast, Scott.
Right.
We've got to come up with something.
What's going on this weekend? Everything's canceled.
Number of the winning car on Sunday's race.
Cup race?
At Martinsville.
No, they're at Richmond this weekend.
Richmond, yep.
Sunday's Cup race.
Winning car number.
I have to write this down. Okay, so I have to choose first then.
Yes, you do.
5.
Ooh. That was obviously the best choice.
Thank you. What's Ryan?
24.
24?
He's due.
Well, they're both teammates, so we shall see. If you'd like a chance to win a Big D's pizza, go ahead and put your guess in the comments of our Facebook Live or our YouTube Live, and you can do that.
Looks like we could have a really crowded.
Yeah, a lot of 5s.
Big D's pizza wheel next
Chris Mize
week.
is with you at the 24.
All right.
Yeah, just put a number in there, and you're entered to win that Big D's pizza. We'll find out who the winner is next week. You have until, we'll say, I think the race starts at 3:30, so we'll say 3:30 on Sunday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday.
That would know that they would know who the fast qualifier is by then.
Well, would you like the cutoff to be?
Well,
I don't know when
I just threw
are they
that out
qualifying?
there. Yeah.
Are they qualifying on Saturday?
Noon on Sunday.
Noon on Sunday. There you go. You have until noon Eastern on Sunday to get your guess in. You can only guess once. If you guess more than once, I left the flags in your
You'll get
basement.
the black flag.
Yeah, the black flag. You won't get it tonight because it's at Ron's, unfortunately.
The black flag will be here next week.
Okay. So there you go. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got then. Cup. Winning number on the Cup car. And your Big D's racing pizza menu for this weekend has been wiped clean, although I did see someone just mention that Wayne County is still racing this weekend. Sam says
Really?
Wayne County has not canceled yet. So maybe some racing this weekend. We shall see.
They're a little farther south, maybe.
They're over by Cleveland, aren't they?
Yeah, south.
That's east. Are they south of Cleveland?
Well, they're south of here.
Okay. They're east of here. I don't know which way
Wayne
north
County,
or
yeah.
south. Yeah, Wayne County, we're by Cleveland.
Akron.
Yeah. So the Attica show for tomorrow night has been canceled, and the Waynesfield show for Saturday night has been canceled. So no racing in Northwest Ohio this weekend, but racing coming back next weekend, as a matter of fact. Waynesfield, their next race isn't until May 1st, but Attica will have that doubleheader Friday, Saturday with the All-Star Circuit of Champions. That's the first point event, I believe.
Could be a
for
big
the
deal.
All-Stars, yeah. So that will be next weekend. And before that happens, coming up next week, Chris Mize is going to be our guest on the show.
Chris who?
If he's not working, Chris Mize of Sandusky Speedway, going to be talking about the upcoming season at Sandusky Speedway that was originally supposed to start next weekend, but the Freddie Bender Spring Icebreaker Cavalcade, I think I got that title right, has been canceled due to weather and electrical issues. So we'll see if we'll put you on the spot and try and convince him to bring those classes, the UMP Dirt Late Models, the Fremont Dirt Trucks, and the Oakshade Super Stocks back in the fall.
We'll work on that.
I know you got his ear, I think. So that's next week on the show. 2 weeks from tonight, try and get Larry Bowes back on with us to talk about upcoming season at Montpelier Motor Speedway. He's been doing a lot of work down there.
And they've got an aggressive schedule this year.
Yeah, running weekly. So, and they've had some issues the past couple of years. But, yeah, so cool. Thanks to our associate producer, Dave Kemmer, and contributors Matt Swander, John Young, Doug Dock, and Bob Stazak. No Hammer Down hotline playback this week. Maybe I should give out the phone number for that. I don't want anybody to actually call. That number is 419-318-3081. 419-318-3081. I'd be interested to hear your opinion on making racing a letterable sport for high school kids, or even junior high for that matter.
The way racing has been going, it could be grade school, Scott.
Yeah, maybe. Go-karts.
Yeah.
Or micro sprints or what?
Any sprints?
Yeah.
Maybe.
There you go. Give us a call. 419-318-3081. Do it anytime, day or night. And we'll play back your responses next week on the show, assuming there are any. Make sure to like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Hammer Report. Follow us on YouTube as well. You can also listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, whatever. We're on all of them. HammerDownRacingReport.com for more information. Join our Hammer Down Army. It's a newsletter list. I still haven't set one out. I'm going to work on that this week. Make sure to rate and review us. Give us 5 stars. Share us with your friends, too.
Chris Mize, crazy day at the shop today. I do need to speak with you. Tonight would be better.
Tonight would be better. Thanks again to our sponsors. Presenting sponsor, Oakshade Raceway, Big D's Pizza, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, Dominator Race Products, and Headhunters Barber Studio and Salon. We'll see you next Thursday night. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.